All right, what's up, guys? This is George Sosa from Team SDK coming at you with another deck profile with Jordan Smith. Went to Spartanburg Regional, went undefeated in winter mat number 1. So let's go ahead and get into this list.
All right, so I played the basic lineup of one Graph, two Seer, and three Skarm. This is very basic, and it won't change that much unless anything gets hit, which I don't think it won't on the ban list. Uh, then I played two Farfa. Sometimes I wish I could have ran this card at three, but sometimes it get cloggy at three. But it's really good banishing cards off field, except for like Kozmo matchup. But it's really good just banishing this card off field, milling with Dante, and then just attacking for a bunch of damage. But like if I could cut anything, it'd be cutting something and running this at three. And then I played one of BA monsters of Livic, Rubik, Alec, Barbar, Cowcab, and Cagna. I would say keep all these at a one of, except for maybe Cagna if you have the room. My deck space was a little bit tight, and so I decided to cut Cagna to one. It's really good at two because you see it more often, and you can pitch BA spells to the graveyard, like pitch Good Evil, so you can use it next turn. Pitch Traveler, so you can add it back to the hand, stuff like that, and it's really good. It's a really good card to just run out of two of, but deck space. And then I played the Speedroid engine of two Terror Top and a Talking to board. Had a lot of questions on this, why I ran this at two. This clogs at three sometimes, and I don't like, because they all say, like, people always say like they run this at three so they can sit in their opening hands. I saw this just as much in my opening hands with two than I did with three, and like I feel like once you see this in your opening hand, like it's kind of done after that. Like it's an instant Dante because you get these two, and then you see this in your next draw, and it's kind of like, well, I can't summon any BA monsters because I have this. So it's like I could run this at three, or I could run it at two and fill my deck up more with funny cards. Then I played the One Tour Guide.
Rip. Obviously.
Rip. Then I played three of the best monster in the deck. Phoenix Rhino Warrior is so good. This card is the fact that you can summon it with a Beatrice on board and then just spam BA monsters everywhere.
You didn't have anybody Baylor your Venus Rhino Warrior.
I had one person. I was playing against Satellarknights, and he had one card set, and I summoned Tour Guide, Special Destiny, Book of Moonness, and I was like, that's nice. That's nice. But that came up one time. I did skill drain some Mana Mirror with this, but it was funny. But yeah, this card's really good. I would run this card at 12 if I could.
Remember, Vela the Fiendish Rhino Warrior.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much Vela the Rhino Warrior, and we lose. And that's all the monsters. I think it's 21, 22 main deck monsters. Moved on to the spells. I have the obvious 3 Twin Twister. This card does so well with BA. It's so like...
It's just basically another discard card.
It is. It's like the Regeki break to 3.
Like, did you ever like in phase Twin Twister, like pitch a cow cab and then like get rid of back row? Because a lot of people were playing like the Ariadne Pepe build.
Yeah,
and I've seen people just do that and just savage them next turn.
I had Beatrice on board with a cow cab attached to it, and I had Twin Twister set with a Scale Drain on board playing against Satellarknights. He set 3 cards with an Unoko High on board, and I was just like in phase cow cab, bounce that back to hand, Twin Twister discarding Graph, hit those 2, send Skarm searching in phase. It's just such a nutty card that you can use with Beatrice, and Beatrice in itself is nutty. But yeah, 3 Twin Twister, that's pretty basic, honestly. And then one ofs, I play Good and Evil.
Obviously, Search.
I feel like this card would clog it too, honestly. Like you want this card to one of. Soul Charge. Every time I drew this card, I won. Every time I drew this card, I won. Because it's like Soul Charge, 2 Dantes, pitch 2 monsters, summon 2 Beatrice. With anything else on board, that's essentially a really broken field. And doing that going first is stupid. And then I played 1 Regeki, board wipes, and then 1 Foolish. Send whatever monster you want to grave. It's so good. And then moving on to traps, played 2 Horn of Heaven. Go so well with BA. Tribute one of your monsters on board to negate something. It works really well with it. 2 Traveler. Every time I saw this card, I won too. This card's so broke.
It's basically your third soul charge.
Yeah, game 3 against Kozmo, my hand was pretty decent. I saw 2 of this, a skill drain, and a way to make Beatrice that turn. And so like I summoned a Beatrice, had a Pilgrim on board. He destroyed my field, and I had this set. He would attack with a Dark Destroyer, and I was like, Traveler for 5. And so and he couldn't do anything. It's just so funny, and it's such a broken card. And then I also play the one Fire Lake with it.
Yeah.
This is I feel like this is getting more basic now because non-targeting is really in the meta now with Cosmo and everything. And since Fire Lake targets, it's like I can use blow up back row, which that's what it's good for. Uh, I could see this being main decked at 2, but I would really recommend this at 1. And then I play one of Anti Spell, and see why in a minute. And the one off Skill Drain. These 2 cards are really good in main deck, because we only play like 7 spells here, and it's good against not really good against Cosmo. It's really good against Pepe and really good against like
the Monarch matchup.
Yeah, the Monarch matchup and the FTK matchup because it's like, go ahead, activate your spells. And then Skill Drain because everything else has effects. We can use our graveyard. And then I also play one of Warning.
Obviously.
Negate. Torrential because it's hilarious because we can flip summon a monster, get our effects off, and just blow everybody up on the field. Breakthrough Skill because we mill. And if this hits the grave, you can always just banish it and negate something on their turn. And the special tech for the day, which was super funny, was Booby Trap E. I know, booby. This card was clutch all day. I had instances where against Cosmo.
So explain why you played this.
All right, so I played this because of these cards right here and a couple cards in the extra deck I'll get back to in a second.
You mean side deck?
Side deck, sorry. Side deck I'll get back to. You can mill these, discard for cost, because we like discarding, and then set these from the graveyard and activate it this turn. It's so good against, Cosmo. Like it's so good against everything. Like you can set this against Monarchs and, skill drain on their turn or anti-spell on their turn. Like it's like just in their standby phase, just booby trap E.
So basically you played it for like a pseudo searcher of your like
essentially
floodgates basically.
Yeah, and it's just so good. And plus the discard outlet is also something that we kind of lost with a lot of the cards that we don't play anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like this is just another discard outlet. Plus it also gets us a plus from the grave.
Yeah.
And so it's it's also good. And
so we're gonna show extra side deck.
I'll go to extra. So we play the 3 of Dante.
Obvious.
No need to explain that. 2 of Beatrice. I don't have a third. I'll play it at 3. I think I picked up a third, but I'll play this at 3. This card is the reason this deck is a tier 1, in my opinion. This card is just so good. Like the fact that you can pitch anything, and this and Booby Trap E is essentially floodgate central. Like I had a game against Cosmo where I had a Booby Trap E set and I had this on board. I was able to make 3 other monsters that turn and another Beatrice. And so I Beatrice, sent Iron Wall, activated Booby Trap, set Iron Wall, and then he tried to Cosmo to my Iron Wall and other stupid shit. Bad players. But this just works so well with the deck. This is so easy to make. We just discard it and summon it over Dante, because all the ladies love me. But but it's just so good. Like and then moving on, I got the one Dante Pilgrim because you summon this off Beatrice. Its quick effect to discard and draw is really good, and its effect to discard off your opponent when he dies. It's so good. I mean, I would never ritual summon this card, but I would always summon this card off Beatrice. And then I had the one Virgil.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And
basically all the selfish flank.
I synchroed into this card one time today. Like one time I synchroed into it. And the other times I just summoned it off Beatrice when I didn't have any more targets. And then moving on, I had 2 Utopic Future. I played this card at 2-0 just in case my other one got like warninged or destroyed somehow or
anything
bounced.
like that.
Or, anything. Just summon the other one.
Yeah, makes sense.
This card's so funny. Attacking your Dark Destroyer, take your Dark Destroyer and swing with it. It's so funny. It's so relevant. And one of Acid Golem because we play Skill Drain.
Makes sense.
Nightmare Shark, because it's a free disc detach and attack directly. Giga Brilliant, because we want to detach. Free 300.
Make things
Free,
big.
a free 300 is fine with that too. And then Grand Pulse. I made this card once today. It's kind of relevant. Like it's funny because you can summon it in defense and it's a big booty, and then you can also detach and pop a set. And if it's relevant, then hey, you popped a set. But if it's not, it's a big booty. And then the one's in mains because why not? It's in mains. It's like negate destruction and then pop something on your side of the field. And then the one Leviair for funny bar plays. Detach from bar, overlay for Leviair, summon something else. That's all the extra deck. 15 basic. And then moving on to the side deck, I have 3 of Max C because everything's special summons now.
Makes sense.
Special
pretty basic for the mirror and everything else.
Max C the trap on Monarchs and you get a free draw. Max C on the completion of scales, you're going to get draws. Max C on E-Tail, you're going to get a shit ton of draws if you don't die first. Then I played 1 Humongous Kaiju. I drew this like twice today. It didn't really come up a lot.
Yeah, but the Majesty's Fiend. And all
it gets over Majesty's Fiend. It gets over Vanity's Fiend. It gets over the big Monarchs. Like I was expecting more of the Super Quantum, the
Great Magnus Turbo.
The Great Magnus Turbo. I was expecting more of that. So it was just like I have an out to it if I need it, but it's like I didn't play against it. I didn't see it, so it was kind of irrelevant. But it was there if I needed it to be. And then I played 2 Chalice. Go ahead and make Dweller. I have this. It came up a couple times where I'd hit Dweller or I hit the guy's Triver one time. He summoned Triver and I Chalice his Triver. It was pretty funny. He still tagged, but it was still funny. It's such a good card right now. Just negating effects. The 400's fine. Like you're not gonna kill me with the extra 400. I float too hard. And then 1 Dark Hole, and I would have mained this, but deck space.
There's basic board wipes.
Yeah, it's just board wipes. If you're playing against the deck special summons a lot, you can use this card, like side this in, and then just be like, I have a Dark Hole. I can Dark Hole my field too, and not neg. And then the spell tech for the day was Mind Control. I Mind Control someone's Beatrice and detached and sent some bullshit from my own deck, but it was funny. And then overlaid for Utopic Future and swung into his Dante. It was so funny. I didn't really care about it, but like Mind Control's so good because you can take your opponent's Dante, you can take your opponent's, just
anything basically,
anything that you want,
anything that's not Dark Destroyer.
Yeah, anything that's not Dark Destroyer. Like if you have a problem on your opponent's field, like an Erebus or something, you just take it and you can summon it from the extra deck, and it's like it's just an instant out to the field spell too. So it's like I have it just came up multiple times today where I needed it, and it was good. Then I played 2 Iron Wall. This
pretty standard.
Yeah, this card's standard against Kozmo. I would have played it at 3, but it seemed like it'd get clocky at 3 sometimes because I saw it because we have Beatrice, so it's like, do you really need it at 3? I have Beatrice and Booby Trap, so it's like, do I really need this at 3?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I played it at 2. And then I played the 3rd Horn of Heaven, the 2nd Fire Lake, 1 of Vanities,
Makes sense.
The 2nd Anti-Spell, just for anything else. And then card choice of the day was Magic Deflector. Decided to get Pepe, and it was hilarious.
Stop your skills, stop your field spell against Monarchs, everything.
It was so funny. I sided this in against Pepe, and he like instantly just lost. Because I flipped this. Like I didn't see this turn 1, I saw this turn 1. I flipped this turn 1, and he couldn't activate his scales or anything. And then I saw this turn 2, and I was just like, yeah, you just lost the game. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, we'll see you later on the channel. It's been George Soso, Team SCK, and we out.